Okay. It is 7/16/2025. This is the 36th one. My head hurts really bad. Um the art that's going on in the background is literally I was bored. Okay. So I have this character. His name is Lel. That's his name. I think actually his name was originally something else. I think Lel is actually no, wait. Lel is an actual name. It might be. Um yeah, I think I picked that on purpose. I just Googled it and that's actually like a Slavic name and he all the characters that are from the same thing as him that I have made have Slavic names. So I was wrong. His name actually is Lel because for a while I've been thinking it's probably a nickname. It's probably a nickname. I think it's probably a nickname because I have other couple characters from that who, because they're like Slavic slash Russian names, they have nicknames. What is the name of that idiot? Minika? Minisha? Name pronunciation. Milica. Um, Milica? Yeah. There's a character named Milica. Um, I don't call him that. I don't remember. I don't remember what Mitya? Maybe. I think I call him Mitya. Maybe Mitya. Oh no, wait. I don't remember the name of the character. Maybe it isn't Mitya. Maybe it is originally Dimitri and his name is Mitya. That's not the character I'm drawing in the background. In the background is Lel, and he's a very devout. I don't know what denomination of Christianity I meant to say it. Anyways, he loses his hand, and in my head, I just have this image of him. You know how people do the praying hands, but like one hand is uh is a hook. Anyways, that's not what I ended up drawing because I couldn't find a reference for it because it was pissing me off. Um, I think I've drawn him doing that before. They just haven't been good. I mean, the thing behind me doesn't end up that good either. Either way, and then I found this reference. I liked the reference. I said, "Well, let's run with that. We'll do that." So you might see the reference every once in a while. Plus, the very first drawing of Lel I ever did, which was from like over 6 months ago. Um, and that's not the first drawing of it. It's just the only decent one. Okay. Anyways, whatever. I didn't end up drawing that, but I'm paying. But I just had to mention out loud because I'm a fucking asshole. I was like, let's cut this character's hand off. Let's make him be forced to realize that he can't like pray the same way anymore because he has a hook hand. Does it make sense for him to have a hook hand? Only marginally. I don't know if I ever categorized the time period in which the story takes place. He's not even the main character, by the way. He's just a background character. Um, yeah, I love that for myself. Okay. Lel's kind of that character in the story where you're like, you use him to show the bad things that are happening. I mean, technically all the characters in the story are, but like him the worst. He's also used to showcase, oh, hey, this character that you thought you could trust is actually a horrible fucking person. But it's fine. He's only a horrible person to Lel. So like you can I'm not explaining the lore of the characters very well because I'm lazy. Okay, and I sometimes I get a little embarrassed. I get a little bit of a thin face about some of the fucked up things that I end up writing. Either way, oh, what is on my shirt? Dorito dust? That's so classy of me. That's so classy of me. Anyways, I'm drawing him in the background. Um, I don't know. I don't think I explained him very well at all. I'm really good at explaining things, aren't I? Aren't I? Um, I think found out about a new, not new, semi-new, recent. I'll call it the recent Miku figure, the Shi Mian. Maifu. Is that what it's been called? Did I just butcher something? Hold on. Hold on. I don't know how to say it out loud. You're gonna have to wait a minute. Maifu. Miku. There you go. Yeah. The Shimian Maifu Hatsune Miku. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I don't know. I found out about it today. First of all, the Android beautiful, but the full figure that's like $400. I'm obsessed with it. The flames, the Pippa. Is that what that's called? Let me check. The Pippa. I don't think I said that right. Okay, it's based on an illustration. I don't know if I've ever seen the original illustration it's based on, but I like it so much because it has like a it has like a non stereotypical Miku face on it, and it's just so pretty. And the ribbons and the orange and the green, the mint and the orange together are so pretty. It reminds me of that one Halloween Miku that I'm obsessed with. Ugh, I don't remember what it's called. Either way, so that's unfortunate news. That's pretty unfortunate news for myself, and I, about not being able to afford that. The Android of it is cute too. Currently, the pre-order closed, but it's still cute. I'm just obsessed with. I just like the colors. I like the colors together. I'm crazy. Anyways, so I found out about that today and then immediately got depressed about not being able to afford it and hey, it's sold out. And then now if I ever want to get it in the future, secondhand market's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. What am I talking about? I don't know. I guess I could talk more about the character that I'm drawing in the background. That would be helpful maybe. So, um, the character's name is Lem, okay? The other character that I was talking about that it's used to be like, oh, he's actually not a good person is Carp. Yes, his name is literally Carp, like the fish. Well, is Carp spelled with a C or with a K? Because his name is spelled with a K. I don't know. Anyways, his name is Carp. He's a human experimentation, and he has a mermaid. I'm not explaining the lore even well. Okay, so the lore of the story, it's I've just been calling it tchotchke, which you don't know, that's like trinkets. Anyways, the entire story is following this character named Pasha. And you're not sure during the story if this is all actually happening or if it's all just in his mind. Because there's a lot of purposely fantastical elements that you're like, that makes absolutely no sense. And there's also things that are just so grounded in reality that it's like, oh, great. Maybe this actually is all happening and this is horrible. But the whole point is you're supposed to be confused. Harp is like one of the main being like, okay, that makes no sense how that would actually happen. Because Carp is a human experimentation, he was turned into a mermaid. Okay? He has the bottom half of a weird fish thing. Okay? The lore's supposed to be weird. Okay? Anyways, Carp, for most of the story, is like helpful to not to you, to Pasha, who's the main character. Um, and is like nice, and you're like, wow, he looks terrifying and horrifying, but like he's actually a good little person. Great. And everyone else around is either really freaking weird or really horrible. Um, like there's this one character, and he's my favorite in the group of characters I made after Pasha, who's the main character. Anatoly? Anatoly? I don't remember how to say it. Don't ask me questions. It's my own character, and I don't remember how to say it. Anyways, he only speaks in quotes, and he's also trying to kill Pasha. He think of the most dangerous game. Yeah, yeah, that's kind of what he's up to. He is trying to hunt human beings. Okay, and he's pretty annoying about it. Pretty annoying because he only speaks in quotes, like of like philosophers and like from like classic books and stuff. So he's really not fun to write for me as a person because I have to do a bunch of research. But also he's really annoying for everyone around him. He's an icon. He's an icon. Anyways, but Harp was not responsible for Lel losing his hand, but he is responsible for trying to drown Lel on multiple occasions. Okay? I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna do something with the lore in the future, so I don't want to reel it too deep. But essentially, Pasha, after not being like, I don't know if this is real or not, he's like, well, if this is not real, this is a really fucked up part of my mind where I'm like, I see kindness and I have to doubt it until something horrible happens. Because Pasha does like doubt Carp's kindness the whole time, but he's like, eventually he's like, oh wow, he's actually a good person. And then he sees him trying to murder Lel, and he's like, okay. And then he talks to Lel, and Lel's like actually the normal person in the group. He's like, oh, you're actually sane. That's crazy. I thought Carp was sane. Anyways, I don't know. The story is really weird. The story is purposely I was really into sort of what is that genre called? There's a genre I'm thinking of. Um like oh, what is it called? Like realistic fantasy? Realism fantastical realism? Hold on. Let me Google it. Fantastical realism. Let me see, let me see, let me see. Magical realism. Yeah, magical realism. Or I was really into magical realism around the time that I was like writing the stuff for this, and I was watching a lot of really weird sort of movies. I don't even know how to explain it with a bunch of magical realism in them. I was having a whole thing. I was having a whole thing. And probably was having a bit of a mental breakdown because of how screwed up the story is. Like, wow, the people are not good in this one. They are not good in this one. Um, it has some like overarching theme about like grief and like letting go of trauma and all that stuff. But like the core parts, the core when I say this plot of the story out loud and the things that happen disconnected from the actual theme and the meaning and the whole set, it sounds crazy. It sounds absolutely crazy because there's another character named Tomislav who may or may not be locked in a basement and is forced by Anatoly, the guy who's playing the most dangerous game with Pasha, um, to act as a narrator. So the narrator in the story is not just an outside source narrator, it's actually someone in the story who, through the means of like cameras and hidden microphones, is narrating what is happening. As you Anatoly's entire character is kind of inspired by the concept of disassociating and like pretending you're a character in like a novel or a book. So that's why he's talking in the quotes all the time, like famous quotes. And why Tomislav is like being forced to be a narrator for Anatoly and then everyone around. Okay? The lore makes sense to me and has depth. I just sound crazy. I swear I'm not okay, I'm a little crazy, but I'm not that crazy. Okay? Okay? It's a whole thing. Everything connects seamlessly to the theme and makes sense to the plot. Besides my exterior shipping of my own characters. Because I'm like, wow, it's kind of sad. There's probably not too much romance going on in there. There is a couple canon ships in my story that I wrote and I made the characters for. However, some of them I am like, these characters would never work together in this situation. So if I put them in another situation, they would be really cute. If they were more mentally stable, they would be cute. I don't what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? A lot of things. What was I talking about? Yeah, yesterday I was talking about my Bible OC. Technically not a tech. I don't want to talk about it anymore. You can watch yesterday's video and me running my. Was it yesterday or the day before? I don't know what day it was. Okay, and today I'm talking about my um like, weird trauma OCs. Like, because they're all vaguely inspired by sort of like trauma and like some of the things that happen when you're traumatized or have a lot of grief and pain to deal with. I don't know. Please go. Please get out of here. Please, you need to leave, actually, for your own safety. Yeah, please leave.